my creations.
I think this one more try. It's not fair to queue it into a Killmonger and then call it a day after we lose the 50-50. I even have Goliath in a Destroy deck because the Destroy deck frequently has priority going into the last turn of the game. And having priority going into the last turn of the game means that having priority going into the last turn of the game means that well, actually here, if I do this turn, they have nowhere to War Machine on 6, right? So I'll do this and I'll snap. Sorry. Having priority going to the last turn of the game means you can Goliath to beat cards like Shang-Chi that otherwise beat you. It's part of that tech card arms race. Is there a reason to try and get Series 4 complete before collecting Series 5? Nope. And War Machine this turn. It's this, so I have the option to Hulk plus get an extra energy trigger next turn. This here is 16, 17, and they go to 5. Hope. Agent Deep Space. I also lost to that, to be fair.
Behold my creations.
Opponent snapped.
They're snapping Adelan? I mean, my hand's solid, so I'm gonna stay. You have the option to have a loss inside of Infinite Conquest. Well, adding the ability to take a loss inside of Infinite Conquest would make the mode skill testing as opposed to making the mode high variance. So I assume they want it to be high variance to keep people chasing the dragon. But then they also make it so you can only do it for a week at the time because this format is so high variance that if it was always available, people would burn out being frustrated with it. Ebony Maw into my Nebula path is certainly a choice. Okay, so they have a 20 power blade, but it's going into their deck. They may or may not get it back out. How is our day going? You clearly weren't here for the last match that we just played. I think I probably need a little bit more help here. Because they can put more stats over here still. Crossbones gamer, yeah. Is it Hulk into Hulk? Is it pass into Hulk? There's a world where it's like pass into Hulk plus War Machine next turn too. I think I want to soak. It's close though. They are a Shang deck's a reason not to Hulk, yeah. This technically has me winning all three, yeah? They have any other cards that they can play into the center? Because, like, this is Infinite. And then what do we think this other slot is? You think they're Hela? I think it's unlikely they're Hela. It's probably Zabu, right? I think She-Hulk wins the center. Yeah, I think Zabu is the last card. We know one is Infinite because it got discarded, but I bet Zabu is the other face down card. We definitely put a tick in this deck's. We won because we were a high evolutionary deck, not because War Machine did anything here. Is it War Machine more power on the left? Sure. Yeah, Cyclops is definitely the most powerful high emo card.
Behold my creation.
Not close. As time goes on, I wager War Machine will be more of a tech card than a builder. I don't know. I feel like Lockout stuff never hits a high enough density that you need War Machine as a tech card. I don't think the War Machine package is likely good here. I'm playing games to try and convince myself otherwise. And we'll see if that's the case, but another content creator had posted this. I think it's probably an example of they won despite of War Machine rather than because of it. Cyclops ever been nerfed since Ivo release? No. They reworked Hulk to be different, and they nerfed Wasp and the Thing. Cyclops has been the same. Yeah, there's a good chance War Machine becomes another one of those cards like Kyaria long term, where Twitch chat sees me queue into a deck that it's good against and then asks me pedantically why I didn't put it in my deck when there was no reason to put it in the deck to begin with. It'll just be one of those tech cards that chat wants to sideboard their deck with after they lose to a Storm or a Professor X.
Victory.
They kind of buffed Abomination when they nerfed Shang. Sure, that's true. It's unfortunate opponent DC'd. Deck's clearly busted. Dedicate that one to War Machine.
Behold my creations.
We'll see what they do here, but if they have no plays early, we might try and get them. See, the question here is, in order for this lockout combo to be good, I have to be able to win the game with 6 in one of these other lanes.
Wind, aid my hand.
Yeah, not trying any of the ones early makes the sequence worse.
The mystery intrigues me.
I am Iron Man.
Opponent snapped.
Now,
Escape.
the good news here is this is actually a matchup where Legion and Storm are good. So, the opponent's deck doesn't get to wave every game.
Behold my
And in the games where they don't have wave, their deck leans on Limbo really hard. So having 2 ways to take Limbo away from them should be quite strong for us.
Snap.
And then losing Iron Man.
Victory.
What are 1 drops? We only have 3 of them.
behold my creations.
This is the best part of Conquest, starting with deck your opponent is playing to strategy giants. I mean, I guess. Like, I don't know. Maybe it's more obvious for less experienced players, but like, for myself, I generally know what my opponent is doing before the game is over in regular matches too. Like, that's really a Conquest exclusive thing. A prediction on Zemo. I think Zemo's probably a reasonable on-rate card. However, on-rate cards tend to not be great in Marvel Snap lately, so we'll see.
Hello, hello.
Behold my mighty hand.
Maybe we are supposed to prioritize... Maybe we are supposed to prioritize Cyclopsing the path they're likely to onslaught.
Wind.
Oh, this is
aid
Limbo,
my
yeah?
hand.
Storming on Curse, probably a mistake. Well, I guess this means they have to have Iron Man next turn, which is nice. Even if they have Iron Man this turn, it means they only have 28 points for the middle. Which should mean I can beat a living tribunal left and right.
Such is my judgment.
Hello! Hello!
They like shang sheet out of their deck and curl up in a ball and cry. Why did I play Infinite for? Because I wasn't thinking about it.
Victory.
Missed that that was an option.
Behold my creations.
This is certainly better for us than them. Our deck is individually powerful, and their deck is specific combo cards. Can you please explain why you chose to float on 6? What else would I do with my energy on 6? What would have been a better line in your opinion?
Oh, snap. Opponent snapped.
I don't have a better line. Well then, why are you questioning mine? Alright, if I do this, and then next turn I'll have 6 unspent energy. And I can play this here. And then I'll have 5 unspent, so this will cost 1, but I'll have 7, so that seems fine. In general, you're always welcome to suggest better lines than I made, but I don't love the why not do this as opposed to suggesting that I make a specific better line. They missed or negative. God, the sadist in me wants to just Legion Subterranea here, yeah? This way, even if they magic, they're not really gonna get much out of it, yeah? Doesn't help if they have Jane. They're not a deck that plays Jane, chat. This is the negative Tribunal deck. How many Infinity tickets do you have? We started with 17 this season. We don't really take Infinite Conquest super seriously on this channel if you're someone that's new.
Behold my creations.
Infinite Conquest is I think one of the most important messages I can hammer home each season about Infinite Conquest, chat, is that if you have an 80% win rate in Conquest, your odds of 5-0ing Infinite Conquest are still only 1 in 3. And let's be honest, myself included, we all have less than 80% win rates. I think we looked at mine and like on seasons where I took it all super seriously, I had close to 70. I'm probably playing a lot more Marvel Snap than you. RNG! 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 Ooh, baby. Oh, baby. I-O! Let's go! Sorry, I decidedly do not believe in magic.
Wind, aid my hand.
Anyone know if there's word about a Snap API from Second Dinner? No, why would they make a Snap API?
The mystery intrigues me.
Hey, Pythrion, thank you for the 73 months. Welcome back. Well, that's an interesting bug. There's a lot of third-party tools that already pull up stats and stuff for you. So Second Dinner doesn't really need to make an official one. For reference, I assume you can still play into places. War Machine is not what we wanted to draw. We really wanted to draw Sunspot or Hope Summers here so I can play into both of these. There's a good chance we lose this, honestly. I guess we do this to take points away from them. But definitely a wheel spin here.
I am Iron Man.
Gosh. Sometimes lucky rubber ducky. That'll do. That'll do, pig. That'll do. Your skill is what you meant. Yeah, something like that. Seeing a lot of Living Tribunal today. That's because the deck's very good. It's a solid linear deck and there's not a lot of Enchantress running around. There are some adverts running around though. We're gonna tap the button. We'll be back with round 4 of Infinite Conquest when we get back. Thanks for hanging out. Don't go anywhere. What is Living Tribunal good again? Tribunal has been the de facto best make big numbers deck since they nerfed Lockjaw hella. Forgot to fill my water bottle this morning before I went live chat. We're gonna do that real quick. Here, babe. When I click the link for deck information, it doesn't work. You need to make sure you click over to Conquest at the top. So the deck link has 2 different tabs, one for ranked decks and one for Conquest. Awesome, Andy. Thanks for the awesome Twitch sub. Welcome back. Patriot, thank you for the 73 months while we were jamming. I like to play Infinite Conquest close to the end of the season. I mean, we'll play some closer to the end of the season, too. Is Living Tribunal a good matchup for Thanos? I mean, Thanos doesn't have bad matchups, so... Any cool new splits? Depends on when you were last year. We hit gold on Dr. Octopus and Mockingbird this week.
Behold my creations.
Am I planning any sweaty Infinite streams? Nah, playing Marvel Snap competitively is an incredibly frustrating experience and the tech card mush that we have, so rather than taking it seriously and being extra annoyed, I'd rather just not care. We'll burn the tickets and play. We'll like maybe try and focus a little bit extra if we make it to round 5 in any of our runs, but otherwise we're mostly just sticking around. In a post-Goliath world, Marvel Snap has a lot more coin flips, so not caring is a godsend. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not quite at a point where I could just not play it, because I feel like I have the tickets, I might as well use them. Just like firing them off with whatever instead of trying to be super sweaty about it has been the best approach. For me personally. Do you have a link to the official announcement, Josh? I saw some rumors of that yesterday on Twitter. I'll up and watch it here after we finish this round. You returned late, Hope. I don't have any 1-drops to pair with you. If we could have gone Hope into Sunspot here, it would have been incredible. I think it's just Hope into War Machine into Infinite at this point.
Snap.
Is Legion mandatory? I don't even know if this deck is good. It probably sucks. There's a very real chance that this deck list is just what happens when you take a stock high evolutionary deck and mess it up by 3 or 4 cards to say you're playing War Machine. We're so terrible at snapping. Extra than 12 months stacking. Welcome back. I will say, queuing up with this deck and running into a bunch of Killmongers is a pretty peak Conquest experience.
Behold my creations.
This format's an incredibly frustrating and polarizing experience. Another one of the reasons why I say you need to not take it too seriously. Because even when you do take it seriously, you're going to hit a bad matchup at some point, and it's just going to be a game loss that's completely outside of your control. guess we'll do this and hope for the best, but... assuming we get Killmongered at some point. Feels rock, paper, scissors right now. This format's always been super rock, paper, scissors. I don't think there's any right now about it.
Oh, snap.
Double Cyclops is about as good as we're gonna get into Infinite, so we'll snap here. Decks like Loki and Thanos are always better in this format than they are in others. Wait, they locked themselves out of being able to double Surfer? Seriously? Well, that seems great for me. You had Snap in general, not just Conquest. Well, so I think the It Feels Rock, Paper, Scissors is a less legitimate complaint in regular Snap outside of Conquest, because in regular Snap outside of Conquest, you want to storm the right? It's too late for that. Ooh, it's just this, yeah. We do this, and then we'll do this. I'm so confused. Okay, War Machine hitting right means we win this breaker, yeah?
Hello, can you understand me?
Shit.
Victory.
I definitely should have stormed the right on 4. I was a little bit checked out. Although I guess if I had stormed the right on 4, we would have lost this game because they filled proactively, huh?
My creations.
Maybe my play is correct. Sorry, to finish my thought, I think slightly polarized rock, paper, scissors matchups in Marvel Snap's like ladder format is mostly fine because you can retreat those matchups well by playing well. Whereas in Conquest, you know, you're locked in a room with your bad matchup in perpetuity, yeah? Infinite last night with the Black Knight War Machine deck. Yeah, it definitely feels like the best War Machine shell so far.
Opponent snapped.
Yeah, he's cloning Big Brutes here. I think we're just supposed to leave. They're in a favorable spot.
Escaped.
Behold my creations.
There are Link by chance, the Black Knight, War Machine deck list. Yeah, it was the highlight on the Hooglandia Step YouTube channel this morning. Check it out there. There are call replacement. You can replace call with Crossbones. King, thanks for the entire year. War Machine lets us sentry rate. He does, technically. This board's kind of crammed. Should have played Hope here. I guess Nebula lets me do this next turn while also soaking on Cyclops, which is nice.
Hello, so happy.
Doom rules all. Victory.
What is the opponent cooking? They're basically playing the stock Patriot Alliance deck, chat. They're not really cooking anything. The opponent's deck was one of the best decks in the game,
My creations.
end of last year when Forge and Absorbing Man were crazy. It was the best deck in the game. Yeah, it's Surfer Patriot. They have a Killmonger and Nova, I guess. Is slightly atypical. Yeah, War, I agree, that's a good take from Duck. Whelmed by Legion stuff here. War Machine Hope is definitely the good stuff. If they weren't a Killmonger deck, I'd play Sunspot this turn, but because they're a Killmonger deck, I'm not gonna put my eggs in that basket. Honestly, the Storm part of this deck kind of feels okay, Duck. Because we have a bunch of cards that are good with Storm. So I think I'm kind of into the Storm portion of what this deck is doing. Is this a bot? No, you're shitty at identifying bots, and you please do not accuse my opponents of being bots. One, there are not bots in Conquest outside of your very first match in Proving Ground Silver and Gold on your account. Two, if I'm ever playing against a bot on the pre-infinite ladder, I will point out that it's a bot. It's really funny to me how many people tell me they didn't see any bots in the 80s, 90s, in the 80s and 90s playing this game, when they definitely saw bots and were just shit at identifying them. It's incredible how frequently people are like, are you playing against a bot? It's like, no, there are not bots in this game mode. Please stop. I think Hope Cyclops stuff is better at 3 than Storm. Sure, but you're not always going to have Hope to play on 3, Duck. It's mostly the point. And Storm's also a good... Storm is also just a good interactive card. Like the what's it called matchup that we played, the Living Tribunal matchup's probably impossible without something like Storm to disrupt Limbo, yeah? Yeah, there's a ton of different things that indicate this opponent is not a bot. How much bigger than them do I need to be? Just do this, and I go to 19 here, I'm up 14, up 16. Oh, you know what? I should put War Machine here so I don't die to Shank, maybe. I guess I could have Shank Center.
Victory.
Probably not a Shank deck. Jeff is actually a bot. Listen, chat. I think it's incredibly offensive for you to call me personally a bot when I am sitting here in my very humid room with my very humid backdrop. It's honestly offensive that you would imply that I am not a real, living, breathing human being. Quite rude, in fact. All right, let's take a look at this Marvel Rivals trailer. This is not sponsored, but Marvel Rivals, if you're out there in your game releases, I would love some money to play it on stream. Oop, do I not have audio? No, it's just quiet to start.
You'll need a top-notch team to win this one. Pick your hero.
Oh, is this a non-gameplay trailer?
Get ready.
Trailer?
Go!
By the Vishanti, strange is here. I'm halting. Smash it.
It's nano time.
Oh, you can
I
blow
hope
up
Friday
the
got that on
environment.
video.
I'm opening a portal.
Don't mess with the amazing Spider-Man!
Yes, this is gonna be Marvel Overwatch.
Be strong
6v6
together.
defense.
Join together. Drown them.
I'm everywhere. Your powers are mine!
Tremble before fast.
I got you! Behold, Dark Child!
Hey, mind if I join you, pal?
Rocket and Groot can fight together, chat? Oh, that's sweet. I'm actually surprised at how much actual gameplay there is. Usually these trailers don't have a ton of it.
By the eye of Agamotto.
I am ready to put on a show! Charge!
For Wakanda.
Spider Swing!
You're the winner! Next
I'll be
team!
honest, I had low expectations. That looks much more reasonable than I was expecting. As a somewhat old man who prefers a gamepad, I like that it's third person over the shoulder instead of first person shooter. There were screenshots that were leaked around yesterday showing the starting character roster, and there's like some popular ones, but also some more random ones in here. So there's Hulk and Panther, and then some of the Guardians and Iron Man. There's also some characters in here that like aren't in Marvel Snap yet, like Luna Snow. Who's Luna Snow, chat? And then Penny Parker is a character I'm not familiar with. She's a newer Korean character. Okay. Kuna, thank you for the 15 months. I don't think there was there a release date with any of the things they posted for that? Or is it just like 2024? Penny Parker's from the Spider-Verse. Okay. I was a little surprised to see characters that aren't in Marvel Snap yet. Closed alpha in May. Okay. So it's gonna be a little bit. For people that are just halfway coming in, that is an announcement for a Marvel-themed, Marvel IP Overwatch-style game. You know, I saw a really good one. I do have this Bishop avatar. Right, I think we might do this one. Try for this one. Looks like a first-time developer publisher. It is not. NetEase, I believe, is the company making it. They've made a few other Marvel IP things. Luna Snow is KDA. Yeah, sounds like it. Bishop looks angry in that avatar. Yeah, he represents me as a person, chat. He's tired of your shit. That's the look of that bishop avatar has the look of a man who's sick of it all. You somehow call in the Night Machine deck. You can play Crossbones in that slot. Are they making any changes to this list? I don't even know that I'd play this again.
My creations.
I am unconvinced that the War Machine, Storm, Legion stuff is adding meaningful value to High Evolutionary. I watched the Marvel Rivals trailers. Half of the characters are copied skill sets from Overwatch, or they're top-down character designs of Marvel heroes, many of which have existed for decades, that happen to line up with skill sets that Overwatch implemented. The number one thing that always makes me chuckle about new games getting created are when gamers are like, this game is just a copy of this other game that's the same type of genre. Actually, every first-person shooter is a carbon copy of Hexen and Doom from 35 years ago, and Overwatch should be paying them royalties because it's also a first-person shooter. Yeah, when Overwatch came out, people were like, these are just Team Fortress 2 characters. Yeah, exactly. I was gonna see what other cards they'll show us from their deck at this point. This game is done. We're on a fact-finding mission. Iron Line's an interesting one to know about. I don't know. I also think it's pretty peak gamer for gamers to be like, this game's a carbon copy and these characters are copies after watching 120 seconds teaser trailer that wasn't entirely gameplay.
Escape.
Like to make like one, saying they're copies to begin with is silly. But two, asserting that they're copies without even knowing what they do and just seeing half clips of them in a trailer like that is extra silly. Snap, no stone on one with us having 2 1-drops in the opener. Alright, so we soak, we She-Hulk, we Hulk. Although it might be like soak, and then like Legion She-Hulk, because I don't want to get shanged, right? definitely have Shang. I think I'm actually just doing this now.
All systems go.
Okay, so since I have priority, they're just gonna play their cards here, right? So I Legion, Jotunheim, and then we'll probably win the game. I guess their visions can move around to mess this up. There's a shot this wins the game. Sick. I think the only real risk to the Legion here is the vision sliding around, and I think it's unlikely they put both visions middle. Unironically, maybe the Legion's good not because it combos, but just because it punks people. Is that it? Are we too distracted by the fact that it combos? The combo seems real mediocre. Maybe you're just supposed to, like, play it as a real regular card. How do I have that War Machine variant? I called up Tony Stark. I was like, yo, dog, I really like your blueprints. Can you send me them early? And he sent me them early. Tony and I, we go way back. You mean Tony Stank. I do not mean Tony Stank, and he hates it when you call him that. Guess there's a world where they Reality Stone and they move Jeff here and they beat us here.
Hello, so happy.
And then I just do this to protect Infinite from Shang over here, yeah? Are Legion actually just batting 1,000 in this match? Oh my god, Legion's actually just batting 1,000? Legion! Oh, check Blob, good call.
Victory.
Mr. Kugi, thank you for the 7 months. I wonder if I should have snapped them. They are the Alliant Professor X build. Good shout on the blob check. Alliant Professor X are good to know about.
Behold my creations.
So they're gonna have the Castle Blackstone bonus, but we should hopefully result in getting some points here. Alliant, Professor X, and Psylocke should account for the last 3 cards. Great call out. That's actually a kind of funny one alongside the Castle Blackstone here. I wonder if I was supposed to put Hope here. Blobs, blob, eat blob, world gamers.
Opponent snapped.
Good. I can believe it. Any reason to give him more here? Let's be 8 to
Escaped.
8 to 4 going into the next one.
Behold my creations.
I want to hope Cyclops the left here.
Oh, snap.
Think it's just pass.
Hello, hello.
They're locked here, yeah? They have 8 energy this turn. They need to have something like Shadow King, which is not in their deck, right? Their last 2 cards are Professor X Alliant. They could grow Thanos. Yeah, but Alliant is more likely than growing Thanos, yeah? I guess if I think they can't beat me left, they could blob. Yeah, they could blob me left. Blob left is more likely than Alliant plus. Yeah, I'm gonna do this. We could die here. Their deck is fucked and they could beat us here, but
Hello! Can you
cool.
understand me?
Victory.
Goliath Raid. I don't know if they had other options yet. They would have needed a very specific combination of cards there. They needed Goliath plus their stone discounted with Time Stone and both stones to play on the Thanos path, right? All right. Angry Bishop, Infinity Border acquired. Closing comments on this one. Alright, hold on, let me fix this real quick. Equip. Favorites. Closing comments here. I went into this. When I saw this deck, my brain pigeonholed on Storm into War Machine into Legion because that's the combo people were talking about when this deck was going around and when this was first bought. And like, maybe there's a world where like you go Nebula on 1, Sunspot on 2, Storm on 3, War Machine on 4, Legion on 5, lock the board. And maybe that works out when you have the perfect 1 through 5 curve. However, these 3 cards were all very useful at many points throughout this set, individually, not as something looking to queue up that specific cheesy lockout combo. Is like the TLDR. So this deck as a whole, like the high evolutionary core is obviously good. And these cards all offered varying amounts of utility through that set. But I think my one call out would be don't hyper focus on if you have these 3 cards that you're supposed to be running them out to combo on 3, 4, 5. Maybe in a world where you have 1 or both of these to start, you could have that happen. But really, these were all just reasonable utility cards. I think the biggest surprise to me playing with War Machine more is just how incredibly reasonable he feels just running him into Infinite. Like just War Machine. And in this deck, a lot of the time it was like War Machine plus Soak 1 on 5. So you could trigger your Misty and your Cyclops and your Hulk. Or whatever else into Infinite the following turn. Hope is very good, chat. Hope is, and this is, I know this is not the answer free-to-play players want to hear, but it's been a while since we had a season pass card like Hope. Hope is a unique and powerful Marvel Snap card, and she is genuinely not replaceable in any of the decks that she's contained in. I think every deck that you are going to cut Hope from is going to become significantly enough worse not having Hope that you should just play something else that doesn't want Hope to begin with.